Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's UCL Virtual Open event, Why Studying an Undergraduate in Business and Health. My name is Yang Xu. I am a student in the Global Healthcare Management Finance Route program and your chair this morning. We are hoping this session will give you further detail on what to expect if you choose to study BSc or MSc Business and Health at GPSH, and help you get insights into what it is really like to study on this exciting program. We are here to respond to your questions. You will see there is a Q&A button at the bottom of the Zoom screen. You can submit your questions there at any time, and the panel will address them during the Q&A session after the presentation. This session is being recorded and will be shared via email following today's event. Now, to introduce our speaker, I'm delighted to welcome Dr. Pratik Raj, Associate Professor of Business Management and Health Science at UCL College at the University College London's Global Business School for Health.
Hi.
He al-
Hi,
he
Angie.
also, Hi, nice to meet you, Raj. He also serves as the program lead for the BSc or MSc Business and Health degree. Dr. Raj has an extensive background in research and teaching, having held positions at institutions such as the University of Chicago, the Indian Institute of Management Bangalore, and the London School of Economics. Additionally, he is the author of the book, A Typical Five Strategy Rules for a New World. Today, he will give you some more information about the course. Following that, there will be a Q&A session. So please type in any questions throughout the presentations, and we can answer them at the end of the session. And with that, I will hand over to our speaker. Thanks all. Over to you, Raj.
Thank you, Yangi. I'm very, very glad to be here interacting with all of you who have joined from around the world. Today, I'm going to talk about UCL, about UCL Global Business School for Health, the world's first business school dedicated to health, and provide you an overview of the program Business and Health, which is a pioneering new program with a unique structure offering you expertise in both business and health. And then I or Yangi would take some questions that you have. So a brief about UCL. I'm sure you have all heard about University College London. It's one of the top 10 universities in the world. It's amongst the largest research institutions. We have 11 academic faculties across all subjects. So if you're a student at UCL, it means there's a department in architecture to medical sciences to engineering and business. UCL boasts having 32 Nobel laureates associated with it. We have one of the most international student body with above 150 different nationalities. We have over 400 undergraduate programs, 700 postgraduate programs, and it's a large university. One of the things about UCL, which makes it so amazing, is that it has always been a pioneering institution. So we are 200 years old, and we have pioneered disciplines as wide as law, English, statistics, neuroscience, and business and health is one of those new disciplines that we are pioneering at UCL as well. And I'm very proud to be the program lead of the business and health program. Now, let me tell you about UCL Global Business School for Health. We are the first business school in the world dedicated to educating the next generation of leaders in healthcare and healthcare management. We are trying to truly reimagine global healthcare by thinking about all the aspects associated with healthcare, not just the everyday operations, but also the finance, the economics, the strategy of how these businesses are run. We are an impact-driven university and a business school with an interest in making sure that how can we solve challenges. So if you're a student at GBSH or a researcher at GBSH, your focus is on challenging real problems. And that's also how we have designed our undergraduate program. Um, the goal we have is that if you are a part of GBSH, the Global Business School for Health, you are trying to be a leader in healthcare and trying to change and improve people's lives by trying to improve how healthcare systems work. Now, let's do a poll. What excites you most about Business School for Health? I believe you'll get a poll. Just type in your answers so that we could just learn from you. What are you looking for in a business school for health? Okay, 5 more seconds. Okay, we can move on. So let's now talk about our program in Business and Health. Now, Business and Health is a very unique program where you are going to learn skills in business and management, but with a focus on health. So the way the program works, it's a very unique program. Now, one of the reasons why UCL can produce really unique programs is because we are a multidisciplinary university, which means that we have expertise across UCL. And we bring that expertise together in a variety of fields to provide you with real interdisciplinary research and teaching. So the Business and Health program provides you with classes in and teaching in subjects like accounting, marketing, finance, and strategy, but couples it and entrepreneurship and couples it with courses in health and healthcare. So we are bringing these two really huge fields together, and you're going to learn both of them together, and we're going to talk about it more. It offers you a lot of choice. So you get to choose between various routes, and you get to choose between a 3-year and a 4-year program. The reason and the rationale of creating this undergraduate program is because health sector is the largest growing sector in the world today. And we believe that having a specialization in health sector with skills of business and management will equip people and students who are undergrads graduating from this program to be really well placed for their careers ahead. You get to do 2 specialized routes. One is in healthcare management and another in health science. Again, I'll talk about it a little bit. And we have got some great industry contacts and study abroad relationships, which allows us to offer work placement opportunities, especially for students who elect for the MSci route, which is our 4-year route instead of the 3-year route. So our MSci students get to do a business placement or a study abroad in their 3rd year. Again, I'll talk a little bit about it soon. Our Business and Health program is the program that you are interested in starts in September 2026. The BSc program is 3 years. The MSci program is 4 years. The location of it is in the exciting new campus of UCL in UCL East, which is just next to the Olympic Park. And you get the details of the costs involved for UK and overseas students. Who is this program for? If you're somebody looking to get a business and management degree, but also with health specialization in a top 10 university, this is the program for you. If you're somebody who wants to get a very hands-on program where you can do work abroad, work experience, you can learn a lot of research skills, again, this program is for you. If you're looking for specialization in health management or health science with a master's or join academia, again, this program is very well placed for you. And if you're somebody who's just curious about how the health system works, again, this program is for you. So we are trying to attract students from a variety of backgrounds. And this program fits a lot of students because it's a very hands-on, multidisciplinary program. So you're going to do 20 compulsory courses, which are going to be based on your route you choose. So you're going to do a total of 360 credits. There's going to be a business and health project if you are doing a BSc, which is where you're going to do actual research. And there's going to be a capstone course where we will bring all these things together in the final year of the third year, where you're going to learn all these things together so that you can actually apply them in the real world. If you're an MSci student, you get an additional third year where you can go abroad and study in a variety of universities with which we are developing our partnerships. Or you could go for a work placement for an entire year at an organization, which would again provide you hands-on skills. So you would do this in your third year, and then you'll return back in the fourth year with doing more courses at UCL. You would be doing a dissertation in the fourth year if you join the MSci program. You can choose between the BSc and the MSci program, not necessarily only at the beginning of when you apply, but you can also switch between the programs in the first year. Now let's talk a little bit about the program structure so that you can understand the kind of courses you would be doing. So in the year one, all students, regardless of what bachelor's, whether they took the BSc, MSci, or health science or health management route, you are going to do a variety of courses which are foundational to management. So you're going to do accounting and finance, management, marketing, economics, and you're going to do a bunch of courses which are going to lay the foundation of your understanding in healthcare, like reimagining healthcare, health and social care, innovation in healthcare. You're also going to learn techniques and tools of statistics and data analysis. So in the first, you're going to learn a lot of basic principles, and which was going to equip you to have a broad-based understanding of how business, health, and research works. Then you're going to go in your second year, where you're going to go deeper in some basic subjects like common subjects like comparative health systems and health ethics. You're going to also learn some hands-on projects like project management and research methods. But this is the year when you start to specialize based on your interest. So let's say if you are interested in topics like health management, health economics, health finance, you're going to take the healthcare management route, where you're going to do 2 courses per term, 2 modules per term, health economics and supply chain management, and healthcare finance and human resource and workforce planning in year 2. But if you're somebody who's gotten more interested in how public health works, how do infections spread, and you get interested in more sciencey aspects of health, then you can choose the health science route, and you are going to do courses like infectious diseases, population health, life course approach to health, where you look at the whole life cycle of a person and see the health of that person, and demographic analysis. The idea of these 2 routes is, and to structure the program this way, is that once you have a lot of foundation, you are now going to get a lot of choices in deciding what kind of specialization you have. Once again, you can choose between these 2 routes after joining in the first year, when you have made up your mind a little bit more by understanding a little bit more, you have explored your interests as well. In the third year, again, we are going to bring all this learning that you have done in year 1 and 2 with some more advanced courses like AI in healthcare or ESG and sustainability in healthcare. And you're going to do a capstone course and a research project. Students, you're going to do specialized routes again in health management and health science with more advanced courses so that you build a solid foundation. In term 2, it's all going to come together with a research project as well as a capstone course. What is a capstone course? Where you all come together and you work on real problems, trying to solve them with all the skills that you have learned. So that's the year 3 for BSc students. If you choose the MSci route, in the 3rd year, you are going to go and do a work placement at an organization. It could be a consulting organization, it could be a health organization, it could be a variety of organizations, it could be an NGO. It depends on what you prefer or the kind of interests you are developing. Or you can go and do a study abroad with a lot of academic partners that we have at some of the most exciting and prestigious universities. You can learn more about these in the UCL websites, which are available. Then you're going to return back in year 4. And again, you're going to do some advanced courses. You get to do electives in leadership, health, digital health startups, power and politics, pharmaceuticals. And then in term 2, you dedicate your time in the 4th year to write a dissertation, which is going to equip you with a lot of research skills, and you're going to learn how to do research work in business and health. So that's how the structure looks like. And I think that this allows you to get a good idea of how things work. The entry standards of the program is ABB. This is a rather popular program. So we have received a lot of applications, which implies that this is a highly competitive program. So once the applications open up, we recommend people to start applying sooner and not later. We do not have any specific subject requirements because we want to invite students from a variety of different fields and disciplines. Anybody who's interested in business, health, we want them to apply. Write a good personal statement so that you express your interest, that why you're interested in business, health, entrepreneurship, those kinds of ideas, why you are a hands-on agentic person, why you want to do a degree which is going to teach you a lot of various skills. And you would have a good chance. What are the career destinations for our students? You could go abroad. You could do further study with master's or a PhD. You could join health consultancy, or not just health consultancy. With our skills, you could join any kind of consultancy, which includes the big companies, big consulting firms. You could join NHS and private healthcare organizations. You could join public policy, healthcare policy. You can do management roles in big pharma and biotech and organizations like WHO and UN. You could also do health tech and med tech startups. We have a very strong focus on entrepreneurship. So you get to get those training. We have a huge entrepreneurship support provided by UCL, through which you could be an entrepreneur. So essentially the idea of the program is to open up your careers in a variety of different disciplines and areas ahead, so that you're not constrained to a particular set of things, but actually you have the skills necessary to do very well in a variety of different places. We offer a variety of scholarships and funding. So we have, UK government provides support. We have bursary schemes. We have, the US students can have special funding available. There's also funding available for disabled students. We have some special GBSH scholarship. One is an undergraduate international excellence scholarship for 11 students with a value of £5,000. These are automatically going to be tied in. You don't have to separately apply for them. There is an undergraduate health impact scholarship of a value of £10,000, which is available to 10 students. And then there is a undergraduate UK excellence scholarship, which is again available to um, to 10 students of a value of £5,000. You can go ahead and look at these links and learn. So there are scholarship opportunities for you to learn. Now let's talk about UCL East. So UCL East is the exciting new campus of UCL. So UCL has two campuses now. One is the Bloomsbury campus, which is the older campus, and a new campus, which is the UCL East campus, which is in the heart of Olympic Park in East London. There's a lot of great, exciting accommodations. It's a hugely important cultural center today. There are nice food spaces, and the link from UCL Bloomsbury to UCL East campus is not very far. There are amazing sports facilities. I recently so I am a alumni of UCL, and I did most of my studies at UCL Bloomsbury campus, and I just find UCL East campus to be amazing because of all the modern facilities it has and the hugely intercultural, interdisciplinary kind of space that it provides. So you really get a hugely great experience. What is life at GBSH? You have it's a very exciting life at GBSH, and I think Yang Yi can talk more about that. That there are a lot of activities going on at all times. There are a variety of clubs. UCL itself has hundreds and hundreds of clubs that you could be a part of. I mean, UCL is famous for its exciting student life, and one big reason why a lot of students want to join. But it's not just about excitement. The life at GBSH is going to support you in your career, in your studies. So we have career days, we have hackathons, we have regular guest speaker events, we have societies, and the purpose of these different kinds of initiatives is so that we engage our students in such a way that they are having fun, life is great, but at the same time, you are getting the skills needed for you to be ready when you go out of the undergraduate program. So we're constantly preparing you. So education is not just happening in the classroom. The education is happening with the variety of events that we are doing for you, even outside of class at GBSH. And then there is a plethora of events that are happening at UCL, which are just completely available for all students at UCL, and they are really high class events where you can learn a lot. So for example, one of my favorite things is UCL Innovation and Enterprise. So if you're a student, you can become incubated if you're a good idea, at UCL Innovation and Enterprise, and actually start a business, get funding, and go out. And many of our students have actually at UCL have gone on to do really well with their startups. So there's a lot of support available to support in your career, for your well-being. And yeah, so that's life at GBSH and at UCL. Now, with that, I'll stop and I'll take a rather extended Q&A.
Hello, I have seen many questions here, and I will start from the first one. How popular is business and health? How many apply and how many get an offer?
This year, about 1,300 students applied to the program. This was the first year of the program. So it's rather, very, very, uh, uh, popular program. So the competition for spaces is very high. We are still giving offers out, so I don't know the final number of offers that we are providing, but it's a competitive program, that I can tell you.
Okay. And next one is math a requirement for the program?
No, maths is not a requirement. There is going to be courses that involve mathematics, but we believe that we will train you in such a way that you will be able to cope with it. So there's no intrinsic requirement for mathematics in the course.
Is the business and health degree a single honors or joint honors?
It's a single degree. It's a business and health degree. So you get one BSc and or an MSci, but it's a one program. It's one integrated program, which is meant to give you a great idea of how business and health works together.
Okay. And any tips on the ACEs to get in the program?
Yes. So so what is the best way to write an essay? So when you're writing an essay, definitely mention that you are having some interest in health. Mention that you have interest in business. I mean, that's obviously expected. Try to showcase that what is the enterprise. We want entrepreneurial students. We want students who take initiatives. We want students who want to solve problems. So showcase why or how you're interested in taking initiative, what kind of initiatives you have done, what kind of enterprising nature you have showcased. Um, it's not necessary that you have to be an expert of healthcare, because we don't expect students in their high schools to become really deeply involved with healthcare. So we are pragmatic about it, which means that if you showcase yourself to be having an interest in health and you have a rather enterprising attitude, do write to us. Do apply to us, because we are interested in students who may not have a lot of, let's say, background in health, or who may not have done much in health, but who have an enterprising nature. And hence, with our program, you can actually learn the skills needed to be enterprising in doing something great in the space of healthcare. So that would be my advice. Be enterprising, showcase your enterprising nature, showcase your interest in business, showcase your interest in health. But if you're in doubt, make sure you apply, because we want to invite a lot of students from variety of backgrounds. So don't hesitate to say, oh, don't self-reject yourself if you really want to do this course.
Okay,
Yeah.
people, if you want. Um, any else? No, if not, I will move on.
Sorry.
Uh,
Yeah.
if yeah, okay, got it. If doing the MSc, what would the university fee be for the third year if doing a work placement?
So, because you would still be a student of UCL, you'll still be paying fee for in the third year, because it's not a placement in the sense that it's not the case that you just go and you don't show up your face. You are still um, going to be having to write reports about your experiences that you're doing. So work placement, although you are really going to go and do work, but you are going to be constantly connected with UCL. You will have mentors who are going to be providing you regular academic support. You are going to give us there's going to be involved, you're going to be involved in constant, you know, uh, you're going to have reflections, sessions, and exercises. It's not the case that if it's a work placement, you're just going to go out of the university for 1 year and just return one day after a year. That's not how it is. So it's structured so that you are actually learning from the work placement, gathering your reflections, and sharing that feedback with us.
Yeah, okay. If I am trying to apply for dentistry and applying to this course as the fifth option, would would my personal statement be viewed differently, especially as it will be tailored to dentistry rather than business and health?
So that's a rather specific question. So I understand that, you know, you want to keep your options open. So we want students who are interested in business and health because this is a competitive program. Uh, I would recommend that when you write your SOP, don't make sure that you write it in such a way that it's not completely tailored for dentistry. Because if you're tailoring your SOP just for dentistry, then yes, that's not going to be great because basically it would appear that you are not that interested in this particular program. So I understand that this is a challenge when you're making applications where you have to think about how to, you know, appeal to a variety of courses, but select your 5 courses, um, you know, with some similarities so that, or write your SOP in such a way that they speak to all the programs you're writing. Because if you don't do that, then the chances of you're basically kind of wasting an application. So your SOP should not appear, your personal statement should not appear as if, you know, I'm not really interested in business and health. Because if you're going to do that, then you're not probably going to get an offer.
Are there gonna be lectures every day? For the students living near the main UCL campus, it will be difficult to go to the Stratford every day.
So there will be lectures. I mean, there will be 4 modules, as you notice, in each term. So you'll be expected to have lectures on four days at least. Uh, it is not so difficult to kind of go to so UCL main campus is at Tottenham Court Road, which is and Stratford campus is in Stratford, and the tube distance between them is about 14-15 minutes or 20 minutes, and then there's a little walk involved. So based on where you're going to live, it's not at all the case that, you know, the campuses are very distant from each other. So it's not a bad idea at all to kind of live in the around Bloomsbury area and live and study in Stratford, or vice versa, actually. Uh, because once you come in, you will settle into a certain kind of a rhythm, and most certainly it's not at all a hassle. I mean, um, Yangi, you have lived here, so what do you think? Is it
I remember that the UCL main campus is near the Euston station, and UCL East is near the Stratford station. It's about half an hour. The the
the whole journey?
yeah, half an hour. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not too far. Yeah.
So it's quite you know, it's quite a change of place. So it can be a good thing actually.
Yeah. Work and enjoy the view.
Yeah.
And the next one is, if I am interested in the courses of both routes, can I choose one from each, or can I only select courses based on one route?
No, you have to. I understand the temptation, especially as somebody who's just joining college, to kind of have that interest that I want to do this and that. Um, so you can't choose between you know, one course in this and the other course in that, because once you are doing a health science specialization, you are learning about infectious diseases, you're learning about demographic analysis, you're learning, so these are a bunch of skills that come with each other. So similarly, if you're doing health finance and health economics, these are skills that are complementary. So we have designed these routes in such a way that when you're learning one, you should also learn the other so that you can actually portray it as a specialization. And there's a lot of value in either of these specializations because these are not just any 4 courses that we are doing. These are very well-designed courses offered by some of the leading experts in the world on those topics. And so we want you to do them as a package. Of course, if in case you are really, really interested in a subject, which is outside of your route, you can always sit as an audit student. You can just sit through the classes.
What are IB requirement? I think IB is international background for international youth students.
Direct media, yeah. So I'm so I think if you go on UCL website, you will get that information. Uh, Maybe we could share that in the chat box, where you can have the conversion between the courses and the requirements. Something to keep in mind, given that this is a competitive course, there's a minimum requirement, but the actual offers may get offered at a higher tariff. So something to just keep in mind. We just want to be open to a variety of students. So we have a more accessible um, uh, current grades. Okay.
Upon graduation, where my degree certificate specify my chosen specialization, like healthcare management or health science, or where it simply states business and health MSc.
Um, if I'm not wrong, and it would state your specialization as well.
Yeah. How big will the whole course be in terms of total student count?
So we are recruiting 125 students this year, but given the huge demand, yeah, so we are yeah, so it's a we want enough students in the program so that it's kind of uh, you have company and so forth. So yeah, so I think it's about 125 students.
Yeah. And next one is required application process, and I think Korean were sent in the chat box. Okay. And the next one is in the MSc option. The placement will be in the UK, or are there any options outside the UK?
So placements would be something that would be explored along with the interest of the students. So it is possible that you do your work placement outside. There's no particular restriction per se that you have to do it in the UK. But this could depend on a variety of things, including there are a variety of factors involved in what kind of where can you do your placement, depends on visa and various other aspects. So there's something open to discussion, but there's no explicit restriction to do work placement in a particular country.
Is extra curriculars necessary for the applications?
No, it's not. But we would definitely like to know you more as a person. So the point is not for you to be, having medals and won prizes and you have to done 10 different things. We just want to know you in your personal statement. So tell us about yourself in whatever way you want to, basically. Um, there's no formula per se about, hey, oh, this person has 5 extracurriculars, so we will, uh, he or she is more likely to get in. We want people who are a good fit for the program, and you can showcase your fit in a variety of ways. Extracurricular is one of them, but there's no necessity at all. for you to be excelling in every single extracurricular activity to kind of do it. So explicitly, it doesn't make a lot of difference per se that if you have won a lot of prizes or not, as long as you're a good fit.
If someone doesn't meet the offer, for example, gets a 4 instead of a 5 in IB Math, will you be flexible on accepting it?
Um, that's a difficult question that I am not positioned to answer at the moment. It depends on, um, you know, how many students have applied. There are very various factors that is involved in that question. Um, so I won't be able to answer that particular question.
I think it totally depends the student's background, not only the academic the
I'm
score.
sorry?
I think it depends on the student's background, not only focus on the score.
Exactly. So it's again something that is not a hard set rule.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is the program expanding for 2026, or will more students attend in later years?
I don't understand this question actually. So the program opened up in 2025. So our first batch will join in September 2025. And then every year the program will be going on. So or will more students attend in later years? Um, this is something that I have no idea
Yeah,
about. So
yeah. Um, is the health science route in the Bloomsbury campus?
yes. So the health science route is in the Bloomsbury campus because it's offered jointly with Institute of Epidemiology and Healthcare, which is basically a different institute at the UCL Bloomsbury campus. So if you're going to do the health science route, you will be traveling to the Bloomsbury campus for doing those particular courses. The idea behind this is that we want students to have the option to explore other departments and subjects. So through the health science route, you can learn from other routes, other departments of UCL.
What are the typical daily start and end times for classes in the Business and Health MSc program?
So BSc and MSci program are a combined program in the sense we have the programs will start in 2025. But I think Yangi, you would be better placed to tell what is a general start and end time for your classes at UCL in your masters.
Uh, for my master, it start from September, the end of the September, and the end time
No,
is
daily start and end times.
daily. You mean the every day the class? I think the earliest one is 9 a.m. Yeah, and um the latest one is from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m.
So it kind of depends on you the
Yeah.
timetable. So in a university, timetabling is not, like a classroom that classes will start at 8 and end at 5, at certain time, and everything will be packed for the day. You may have lectures, and then you may have free time, then you'll have some more sessions. So your day is kind of packed with sessions and activities. Um, at different times. So it's not like there's a particular start day and a particular end time and a particular end time. It's a every day could look a little different. Some days you have to wake
Yeah,
up early. Some days
yeah,
you would not have any classes. So
yeah. And if you are not a morning person and unfortunately have the class in the morning, you can apply for a change. Just to send the email to the student's office and they will change the uh, agenda. Yeah.
They will try to.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Does the study format involve more lectures or in-class work?
It's a combination. So a typical class, for example, I'll be teaching Introduction to Management class course. So there's going to be 1 hour of lecture followed by 2 hours of in-class activities, um, so that you get a combination of both. The idea is that you learn first the skills in the class. So let's say you're learning about strategy, which is something I teach. So you'll get a 1 hour session on the idea of strategy. What does it mean? And then you're going to probably solve a problem in groups on some real life kind of problem where you're going to work on the strategy of an organization for 2 hours. So that's how the way it will work. So it's a very hands-on coursework, which is delivered in person, in class, and you have a hybrid of lecture and classwork where you are involved. You're not just sitting and listening to the lecture and then going out. And there's going to be involvement and engagement from the student actively.
Are the students doing the work placement going to be paid by the enterprise their work?
Um, there's no, it depends. It could be an internship which is paid. It could be an internship which is not paid. It depends on a variety of factors. This is not a job. It's important to keep in mind. It's a work placement, which means that the company is also working with us to educate you. So what would be the actual contract between the is it depends on a variety of factors. It's not as given that all work placements would be paid, because it depends on what kind of work placement you want to do, um, etc. Various factors got into that decision.
So would the university fees be reduced for the third year or will it be full fees?
I don't know that answer. I'm sorry.
Um, I think it's totally same. For me,
I
the is yeah, the fee is divided by three. You if you pay the fee, the is divided. So
No, so this is for the third year, the MSci program, right? So you're talking about the MSci program. What would be the fee be in the third year? The
um
MSci students, I think that it would remain the same, but it would be, this is something that I need to get back to.
yeah. What support does UCL offer to help students secure a work placement? And if we are unable to secure one, what alternatives or options are available?
So everybody would get a work placement who have shown interest in work placement. So we will ensure that as part of the program. So there would be a dedicated career support or work placement support that would be there to help you get your work placement. Um, there's also, so that's so yeah, so we'll be working with you to figure out what work placement you should. We are already in talks with companies for work placement, but the needs of students could be very specific, and we want to be open-ended. So if in case, let's say, you want to do a work placement at a particular kind of organization solving a particular kind of problem, we will want to make sure that we work with you. We can approach the organization and get you a kind of, you know you know you could get the placement of your choice. So we'll be working with you very, very closely to for this.
Yeah, okay. Would the business and health integrated degree be better for career prospects than degrees that focus particularly on either business management or health, such as? Um,
Certainly think so, that the business and health degree makes you better equipped for careers, not just in business, but also in health. So that is my personal view, that the way we want to deliver this program to you, once you get out of the program, or even if you're in your third year of your program, if a CEO of a company asks you to do something, you will be equipped to do it. You'll just be skilled enough to have the confidence, to the ability to do a variety of tasks, be it research, be it report writing, be it project management, be it understanding health system. So having that approach where you have an in-depth understanding of a field like health and a variety of skills involved in business really strengthen the kind of learning you're going to have. So yes, my view is that it strengthens your career prospects if compared to a program which is just in health or just in business management. But just to put something in perspective here, obviously those programs have their own value, and it in the end depends on your interest, right? If you want to be somebody who wants to become an expert in pharmaceuticals, you want to make medicines, and you know how medicines are, what is the science of medicines, you would like to do a pharma course, right? So it depends on what kind of career you want.
there are a lot of topics covered in every module. How deep the topic are covered?
So one of the great things about UK universities is that, the depth of coverage of courses is very large. So, for example, if I'm going to teach introduction to management, you're going to learn, it's a 10-week module. You're going to be exposed to all aspects of management. Then you're going to be exposed to all aspects of economics. So when you're going to do research methods, you're going to learn research methods again in depth. So of course there is if you're learning infectious diseases, again you're going to learn infectious diseases in a rather epidemiological fashion. So the courses are very deep. It's just that UCL courses are tough in the sense that they are not like you can just breeze your way through. There you need to put in your work to learn them, um, and there's a lot of self-study involved in it. There's a lot of assignments that you do. There's a lot of formative and summative assessments that you do. So teaching is not just the 3 hours of lectures and in-class activities. It's a variety of other activities involved. So in the end, there's quite a lot of study. And in the end, we expect that if you have studied principles and practices of economics and health economics, you do know economics in a rather detailed way, for example. And same with if you've done a health science route, we believe that you have a pretty good understanding of population health, keeping in mind, obviously, that this is a business and health degree. This is not a population health degree.
Is there still any vacancy in this program?
So we are talking about 2026 admissions. So it's still open. I mean, no, sorry, the admissions have not even opened right now. So
Mm,
yeah, I mean, it's completely open. 2025 is closed.
does the university help with finding workplace
Yes,
or
I answered that
is it?
question. I answered
Yeah,
that question. We would help you find a work placement. It will not be your job.
yeah. And
Oh,
I think
can
this
answer.
question is also,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Will my application get accepted if I did not do any extra? I
he
think
did that.
this question is yeah. Yeah. Um, advice on application process.
Again, as I mentioned, write a personal statement which is um, showcases your entrepreneurial abilities, which showcases your academic excellence, which showcases your interest in business or health, I'll say. So it's important that you mention something about health. We want you to write something about health. But it's not the case that you have to be like, as I mentioned before, somebody who has really done a lot of health or really done a lot of business. We are interested in people who are passionate, interested in the subject, with whatever journey and background they have. But your academic experience, your willingness to solve problems, and your general interest in health would be things that would be most helpful in your application.
Okay. The next question, what is the typical number of a day? Career is sending the answers, and we focus on the next one.
I think it would be
What?
about 4.
Okay. Maybe less than four. Because if someone you can bear the fast pace, I think three, yeah, 3 to 4.
It could be yeah, so it could be 3 or 4, yes.
Yeah, 3 to. And when studying abroad as part of the degree program, are students expected to pay tuition fees directly to the host university?
No, you'd be paying fee to UCL, because it's an exchange program. So you would be, you know, uh, so we would be getting their students, they would be getting, you would be, uh, and we would be getting, you would be going to their program. The details of this can again be found at the UCL Study Abroad page. UCL has a huge study abroad program, and many of these FAQ questions can be answered by them as well, because there could be some exceptions about which I don't know.
Are the lectures recorded?
Yes, they would all be recorded. So you could, in principle, learn them in your free time. You want to give options to students.
For the work placement, could students get to it in a consulting firm or if they secure a placement?
Yeah. So if in case you have a work placement where you did well, certainly it would help you get a job in that place. So, and that's kind of the idea of a work placement, that you either get the skills or sometimes even get an offer to join that company. So yes, that is the idea, that it should certainly help you if you have worked in a consulting firm as a work placement. It would ideally help you get more jobs. You can show that as an experience in your CV, which is sometimes a difficulty a lot of undergraduate students face when they apply for their first job. So this kind of work placement opportunity helps you.
And now, okay, we are out of the time and we will need to leave it there. If you have any further questions, please do contact us directly by the email. Thank you for all being here and engaged, and thank you to Raj for excellent session. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks a lot.
Goodbye.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, it was great speaking to you all. For any questions, just reach out to us. We'll be happy to answer more. A lot of material is already available on the website. Thank you.